Hey my girls, hey my guys, it's me, your girl Miss Michon. So I just wanted to say welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm excited, of course, because I'm gonna do a story time. I haven't done a story time on my channel in a couple of videos. When I went back and looked, my last story time was about my teacher who kicked me out of class because I had a boil under my arm that had like basically popped while I was in her class. And it honestly wasn't pretty. It was a very embarrassing story in my life. And, you know, sometimes you gotta take your L. It was an embarrassing story and it was disgusting. Oh my God. I have friends that don't let me live it down, that we are still friends, and people bring it up to this day. Like, oh, Sean, remember when you had that thing on your arm? Remember you had that thing on you? Yes, I remember when I had the damn thing on my arm, okay? But moving on, today's story time, I'm gonna keep with like my middle school era of my life. Middle school, y'all, was the best time in my life. I swear, like, if I could go back to middle school for like a week, a day, like, I really would. If somehow, oh, I wish I had a time machine. I can't something about a time machine. Oh, if I had a time machine, I'm gone. Like, this 2023, 2020 and after was already so ghetto. It's ghetto right now. And I just wish I had a time machine. I just wish I had a time machine. Okay, so today's video, my middle school era. I'm gonna keep with my middle school era because, like I said, I have a lot of great memories. I have a lot of bad, pretty bad memories, you know, that was associated with middle school, mainly with this one specific teacher. But baby, I can't wait to give y'all that tea and you know, run y'all that tea. So today's video is gonna be basically about how I messed over one of my teammates. So I guess I could give a little backstory. When I was in middle school, my middle school was the type of middle school, because I'm just explaining this because some states middle schools be different. Y'all be having middle schools with high schools, and middle schools be this grade, that grade. I don't know. My middle school was 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. That was it. We only had those 3 grades as our middle school. It's so sad though, because now they've literally changed everything around. My actual middle school is trying to merge with certain schools. New Orleans have a lot going on financially, y'all. Oh my God, this is not even about the story time, but I think it's really sad that a lot of high schools in New Orleans are being merged with each other. And with New Orleans having a crime that it already has, it's not a good idea. But maybe that'll be something I'll talk about on another video. This is my story time, and this is about, I got a little serious because I love my city, y'all. And I hate to see things that, decisions that are made that I know is going to be the detriment of the youth, the detriment of us, New Orleans as a community, just a city. Like, I don't know, it's certain things girl, I could not be no elected official. Like, I could never, or well, never say never. I don't know what God have in store for me, child. Politician Michon, okay? But anyways, okay, so yeah, when I was in middle school, you know, we had 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. This happened when I was in like 7th grade. When I was in 7th grade is when I first got on the cheerleading team. So I did cheerleading in 7th grade and 8th grade. Loved it. Oh my God. Cheerleading was like everything for me. I was a different person then. Oh my God. Of course I was in middle school, but geez, I just feel like cheerleading was my stuff. You ask me to dance now, girl, I can't. Besides shaking my ass, I can't do nothing but like a 1-2. I choreographed dances are not my thing. So I also, backstory, when we were in middle school, we could not have phones. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why would y'all not allow children to have phones if they need. If we were staying at the school at cheerleading practice, people had band practice, baseball, softball. Kids had all kind of stuff going on. We still was doing stuff. Like, why we couldn't have our phones? Why we can't have phones? But phones were literally like, and I mean, when I say can't have phones, like, you can't have your phone in the building. You literally can't have your phone in the building. You're not allowed to have a phone on you at all. No phones. So I know these kids nowadays, girl, everybody would have been suspended or expelled. However, at that time, we couldn't have our phones. But I used to bring my phone to school every day because how you... And then I had just got my phone. No. No. And it was like a little Boost Mobile, like straight up and down straight talk phone. Like, it was nothing spectacular. If I could like go look it up after I do this video, I'll try to insert, you know, a picture of the type of phone I had here. But baby, my boots wasn't getting taken. I mean, my boots wasn't about to get left at home. Like, no. So we would have these things called searches. Now, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. So let me explain. A search is when, oh, and then let me introduce a character. Boom. I don't know, what can I call this lady, bro? I don't care. Girl, this is my channel. I'm gonna call her what her name was. So we had this lady named Miss Coon. And she used to, and it's crazy because, no pun intended, she was not like racist at all. Like, she was very, well, she loved me specifically and my mom. I don't know how my mom had such a good relationship with Miss Coon. I don't know why they was kind of cool, but they were. Nevertheless, but because I was a good child, she was, let me say this also. Miss Coon was our disciplinarian. She was like the person who, you get in trouble, you going to Miss Coon. You get in trouble, they call her Miss Coon. Something happened, they gonna call Miss Coon. And let me tell y'all something about Miss Coon. Miss Coon was not to be effed with, okay? She was not to be effed with. She was real, like, kind of butch. Miss Coon, if you ever see this girl, it's all love. Even at this big age, it was all love. You was doing your job and I was being a kid, so whatever. But this is how I viewed you. She was butch, very butch. She had like a mullet. It was long in the back, short in the front. But it's crazy because I don't feel like she was a bad looking woman. She was Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus. So she would have these things called searches, which is basically like where they do a random search of everybody and everything. Literally, she would have, you know, the, what do they call it? The wand. You know, the wand that they have at like airports or like events, basically where they're trying to, it's like a metal detector, but in a wand version. I think that's what you call it, like a wand or whatever. But those things that when you go to the airport, when they wave them like all over your body to make sure you don't have like anything that you're not supposed to have, anything harmful or whatever on your person. So she would come around with those metal detectors and it'll literally be like we were in jail. It'll literally be like, y'all, Miss Coon coming, Miss Coon about to do a search, Miss Coon. They say Miss Coon about to, man. It was nothing. It was like a boom, 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 boom heartbeat moment when they say Miss Coon about to come do a search. Cause basically it's like, it also wasn't just phones, like anything that you wasn't supposed to have. For whatever reason, y'all, we was not supposed to have those rat tooth. Let me see if I can find, oh, right here. These rat tooth combs, like these type of combs, we were not allowed to have them at all. Like if you got caught with this comb, number one, it was getting taken away, but you also low-key might get in trouble because they look at this like a weapon, which it is. Like, bitch, this getting drove into anybody's body with this length and this sharpness, that is a weapon. And New Orleans girls is a little crazy, so I'm glad they didn't let them have it. So either way, we couldn't have certain stuff like that. We couldn't even have aerosol deodorants. I remember aerosol deodorants was like an issue for whatever reason. You had to have like a powder or whatever like that. So, child, we were in class one day and it was after lunch. I'll never forget. It was after lunch and I had my phone. Now, how I used to get around whenever Miss Coon used to do searches, how I used to get around whenever she would, like, say they said she about to come do a search. All I would literally do is just slip my phone into this little pocket that I had made in my purse. I used to carry like this purse or whatever. It's crazy because I ended up it was this one specific purse that I used to always carry, right? It said New York on it. I had got it when me and my mom went to New York one time. And I love that damn purse. But that was the first one I ever had did this with. But I ended up, because it worked so well, I ended up doing that shit with all my other purses. Like every other purse that I had, I did it because, hello, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, wait, what is it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. But I used to basically cut a slit just big enough for my phone. Cut a little hole big enough for my phone to slide down into the lining of my purse. So like it'll basically like be like in between. Like if this is material and this is material, I will cut a piece so that it will slip right in between, right in between the lining of my purse. So when they when they're going through my purse or going through your bags, they searching, because when we got searched, but you would have thought we had that za or something in there. They were looking for something specific, but they really just used to do searches, I guess, to keep us safe, child. I don't know. It felt real prison-esque to me. But anywho's, they would do the searches and it would like very much in detail look through everything you had. So, and then also it got to a point where we used to have them little mesh back sacks. I mean, the book sacks with the, y'all know what I'm talking about, the JanSport book sacks with all of the holes in it, like the mesh see-through book sacks. It was really a lot. So, child, we were in class one day after lunch. Never forget, I was in Miss Cohen class. I'm giving names. I'm giving names. I don't even care. I'm saying names because it's like, at the end of the day, this is middle school shit. Nobody should care no more. But I really hope that the girl that this is about, I hope that the girl that this is about doesn't see this and kick my ass. She gonna be so mad. Well, I don't think she'll be mad because it's so old. Okay, let me get it out. We're in class. We're in class after lunch in Miss Cohen's class. At this time, I don't know why, but my phone used to randomly start talk. This is when like it wasn't Siri or nothing, but I don't know. My phone used to just talk. My phone used to just say, like, it had a function where it would speak audibly to me. Y'all, I don't know what the possessed this phone to make a noise, but Miss Cohen is up there teaching with her little spitty mouth. That's a whole different story. This lady used to always have little white, you know how like you get little white stuff kind of like caked up on the side. Let's just say, y'all, she used to have that little white stuff caked up on her lips, on her mouth all the time, and the kids ripped that whole down. They did never let her live it. Yeah, she was definitely called the white, like the white around your lips and all of those kind of jokes like she. Anyways, so she's teaching. Out of nowhere, my phone starts talking. So I'm looking like, now mind you, my last name starts with a B. So I'm in the front of the class. My friend last name started with a C. She's right behind. No, I'm sorry. Was she behind me or in front of me? For some reason, it seemed, I think my memory served me that she was in front of me for whatever reason. Don't know. But whether she was behind me or in front of me, we sat like right by each other. So my phone goes off. It starts talking, saying whatever it's saying. But it like, let's say it says something like sending text message. But, you know, it just said that phrase. And that was it. It wasn't like it just continued to talk. So, of course, everybody heard it. And they go like, what is that? What is that? The Miss Cohen was like, what is that? Who has a phone? She on it. She on it already. She knowing what's going on. She on game. I'm like, oh my God. So she knows that it came from the front of the class. She kind of heard the direction of where it came from. So she come right up to like me and my friend Caitlin. Okay. She looks and she's like, who has a phone? So Caitlin looks at me. She's like, I'm like, what the what? Like, so she was just like, I'm like, I don't know. I don't got no phone. Like she's basically looking at me like, bitch, I know that was your phone that just went off. Like, you gonna say something? And so of course she's looking at me. I'm looking at her. And Miss Cohen's basically like, I don't know what this little stare off is, but I'm about to call Miss Cohen. So of course I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I'm breathing. I don't know. She's about to call Miss Coon. Caitlin literally is looking at me like, what we gonna do? I'm steady holding true to, I don't have no phone. It wasn't me. I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm not the problem. Miss Cohen calls Miss Coon. Miss Coon didn't even get to the class yet before Caitlin just got up and, you know, just like got her phone or whatever. And like, I think she had to go to like the office or like the disciplinary office or go to Miss Coon or whatever like that. To this day, I really don't know what happened. I just know that she got up so pissed off. And I'll never forget, she literally had her little Sperry's on with her skirt. I mean, with her uniform skirt. She had a little jacket on. And she was blonde. So she had this little ponytail. And it was like, you know. And I just remember feeling like an asshole because I knew for a fact that it was my phone. I knew that it was my phone that made the noise. I knew I had my shit, but I was literally standing true to that. It wasn't me, and I don't really care. Like, you, Miss Cohen, you could call Miss Coon. You know why? Because she ain't gonna find my phone. My phone is safely within the liner of my purse, and she could do whatever she. Oh, nah. See, it's so crazy because as a kid, you don't think about certain stuff. But when I've thought about this little story, because this is pretty much kind of the end. It's like that's kind of all that really happened that I know of, that I'm aware of, because it was my fault. I don't know what kind of trouble she got in. I hope she didn't get in too much trouble. But usually when you had your phone, they was gonna take your shit. Like they was gonna take your phone. You might get suspended. Which I have another story of one time where my phone actually did get taken and I did get in trouble. It was a whole thing. I'll tell that story when I introduced the teacher that hated me. But that's not neither here or there on this story. So she got up or whatever. She went to the office. I don't know what happened to her. I guess she got in trouble. I hope it wasn't too much. I never thought about the fact that, number one, like I said, I wasn't even stunting it or nervous or caring because I'm like, girl, you can call Miss Coon. Like, Miss Coon not gonna take my phone because my phone is hidden like a G. I'm black ops and it's like I'm 10 steps ahead of y'all. But I never would have thought. As a kid, you think you're so smart, y'all. Let this be a lesson. If you are 16 or younger. Now, mind you, when you're 16 or older, you also could think you so smart and think you know everything. But specifically, when you just get in them early teens, you really think you know everything. You think you are like the smartest, or at least I used to think like, because I knew I was book smart and I knew I did have street smarts. I just felt like, bitch, I'm 10 steps ahead of y'all. But I would have literally passed it out if they ever would have like went through my bag, went through all my stuff, but then like waved that metal detector over all they had to do was literally pick up my purse and wave the metal detector around my purse, over my purse, and then it's gonna start going off because I have a cellular device in there. So in hindsight, I thought I was smart back then, but it's like maybe like if that would have ever happened, it would have been curtains for me. Curtains, okay? But at that time, it was not curtains because I did not get my phone taken. Caitlin did end up getting her phone taken. And it's crazy because, like I said, we did cheerleading together. Like, I think we also used to, yeah, she was my flyer. Like, we used to work on the same, like, stunt or whatever together. Like, I was a back spot. And literally, she used to be my flyer sometimes. So it was just like, that was my bitch. Like, we was click, click, clack, back. Like, I still feel bad kind of to this day because, you know, of course, once I air this, everybody will know, or whoever watches this video will know. But I just feel bad. Like, I feel like a piece of shit kind of, because it's like, it was basically just because I knew that I wasn't going to get my phone taken, that I just kind of let her be the fall guy and like let her get her phone taken. Because why, if it's me before you, why would I choose? How can I lose if I'm already chose? Why would I put myself in a predicament and get in trouble and get my phone taken when you can get your phone taken? Like, it sounds bad to say, but it's just like, sometimes in life, y'all, hopefully, see, in that instance, I wasn't literally messing over her too bad. It was just like, she was going to get her phone taken for a few days. It's going to be all right. In life, of course, don't mess over nobody. Don't be a nasty, bad, evil person. But at the end of the day, always, if you get nothing out of this video, this little story time or whatever, because it's short, it's not much. But if you get anything out of this, always understand that if it's them versus you, pick you. If it's yourself versus themselves, pick you. Like, literally, when it comes to your betterment and somebody else's betterment, what's good for you and what's good for them, always put yourself first, because at the end of the day, somebody, whomever else will. If it's literally, even if it's you and your sibling, right? Let's just say it's me and my brother. If I know that getting to my daddy first and asking him for some money or something is going to get me the money, I'm gonna get the money. I'm gonna go ask my daddy first. I'm gonna hit him. Dad, can I get such and such? Knowing that my little brother was gonna hit him up for some money, sure, cool, whatever. I got to him first. Like, it's what you gotta get you sometimes first. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But that's it. That's all. That's pretty much everything I had to say. That's the end of the story time. Like I said, Caitlin, baby girl, if you're watching this, if you ever see this, I'm sorry. Miss Coon, shout out to you. I would love to see what you're doing with your life, because I know you breaking them. I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think she works at the high school version of my middle school now. If I'm literally not mistaken. I think my fiance told me that, because he went to the high school version of our middle school. I didn't go to, like, you know, let's say it was called AB. If I went to ABC Middle, he went to ABC Middle and ABC High, which that's where we met. Me and my fiance met in middle school. But, well, of course we weren't dating then. We were just best friends. But literally, yeah, like he went to the high school, whatever. And I think she works at the high school now, or at least, you know, at that time or whatever when we were in. Because, child, in 2 years, it'll be almost 10 years since I graduated high school. That is mind-blowing to even think about or wrap my head around. And I don't want to think about it. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. But all in all, that was everything I had to say. That's the end of this story time. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all got something out of it. A laugh, a giggle, a life lesson, whatever. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment some of your, like, craziest story times, embarrassing moments, oh my god, whatever. Like, just let me know your thoughts on this story time. Was I down bad for letting her get her phone taken, or was I completely fucking right? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know down in the comments. Like, subscribe. I love y'all. Catch me in my next video.